Today we're going to be taking a look at my Redstone shooter type game, including all the Redstone tools you need to build it, such as randomizers, T-flip-flops, AND gates, clocks, and pulse extenders. Alright, so first up let's take a look at how the game is played. It's just 3 trip lines on the bottom with 1 4 blocks up. You push this button to turn the game on. The 3 lines on the bottom show your position. You jump to shoot, and if you get shot by the enemies, the game will turn off, as you can see. To get a bit of an understanding of this mess of blocks at the back, I've color coded each line. The dark green line is the on-off line, the clock is on magenta, the green line is for the enemy's shot is on orange, your player's position is blue, and your scoreline is red. The grey block is just a dampener to make sure certain pieces of redstone don't connect. The first tool you need to know is the randomizer. It's just a dropper with a hopper on top and a comparator coming out the back. On the inside of the dropper there is a stackable and non-stackable item sending a pulse of either 1 or 3 out of the comparator. Over here we've got the T flip-flop, which is just another dropper facing directly up, one facing this way, the other facing the reverse way, and a hopper on top with one singular item inside. It should be hard powered, and you can take the comparator out of any of these places. Over here we've got the AND gate. This is connected to another AND gate on this side. I use this method to save room on the inside of the build. And right here we have the clock, which is linking into a pulse extender. As you can see the difference, the clock, the pulse goes around, it continues to go around, and this is selected to negative mode. And with the pulse extender, it's just 2 comparators facing opposite ways, going into this block, and you can see the power goes down the longer it's on. Now that we know what everything is, we can take a look at the machine itself. Each core segment is only 5x9 repeated, and then beyond the 9th block here is the score line, the clock, and the on-off line. Starting from the on-off button over here, it's just a pulse that comes down into this T flip-flop, which powers this piston and redstone block. This tells the game that it's turned on and presents it to the player, and also turns on this clock, which is the main brains of the game. This clock continues to send pulses up to these randomizers. These randomizers determine whether or not the enemy will rock up. It sends a pulse or it won't to this repeater. This repeater goes into this pulse extender and then out to the enemy. The game registers that the enemy is there by this AND gate. And back here, when the pulse reaches this repeater, it also powers this randomizer, which determines whether or not the enemy will have shot. This goes through the T flip-flop and into these observers to activate the shot. This particular line is just aesthetic, whereas this one actually goes down and into another AND gate. And this AND gate determines whether you were in the position through this blue line. And if you were in that position once the shot came through, it'll send a pulse to the on-off line and turn the game off. Down here connected to your position and enemy shot AND gate, we also have connected is your shot AND gate. This is made by jumping, sending a signal all the way down and out through to the AND gate, which is observed. If you're in the position and the shot's been fired, the observer will observe it, sending a pulse up to this piece of redstone, sending it out and up to this AND gate, This AND gate determines whether or not the enemy was there when you shot, and if they were, it sends a pulse out to the score line, which is connected to a dispenser with a bucket of water, and that sends a 1-tick pulse all the way down to the scorer, which is just a dropper and a chest. Alright guys, that's been the Redstone line from start to finish. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. Until next time, see yous.